All right, so we are going to go live today with Dawn from Humbird. So I'm just going to wait for her to join us this morning. It is 7 a.m. here in Prince George, but I imagine in other parts of the world it's not. So Jahan has requested. We're going to accept.
It worked. Hello. We caught you. It's always a little glitchy. Like it works eventually, but for some reason it takes its sweet time figuring it out. So you're off work. It's dinner time.
Yeah, actually, everyone's coming home right now from school and work, and so I'm hiding in my daughter's bedroom. But the walls in houses here are made of cement, so the connection is not the best. So I'm hoping it stays.
Okay. Well, that explains why you had a low leg, but we'll cross our fingers that nobody else, that it stays good. My kids are upstairs, like, getting ready for school, so they're likely just going to be a little bit chaotic. So talk to me about what's changed at Humbird since we've kind of chatted last. You've kind of made some big shifts or small shifts into a new direction, and it's
well,
beautiful.
we basically and we've been slowly transitioning toward. Am I working?
You're getting.
Yeah, I'm gonna just go into the hallway, and you'll hear the dogs barking and the kids coming home, and maybe people behind me, but it's okay.
That's fine.
Basically, in the beginning, we were cloth diaper based, and slowly we've been transitioning to sustainable fashion for the whole family. So that's like the big change. Just go, yeah.
It's really kind of cool and beautiful. You have a huge selection of products. What's kind of, though, the inspiration behind going to wool for everybody? Like, why was you decide to do?
Mostly because I have a really great relationship with the customers, and they're kind of like family to me. And it was sad watching them grow out of Humbird. And so we just said, hey, why do they have to grow out of Humbird? Why can't we keep them forever?
Exactly, right? Because wool is amazing for everybody, right? Like, it's a great,
I mean, it's pretty nice because, I mean, sometimes on orders, I know who ordered the item, which customer ordered it, just based on the order alone without even looking at the name. I mean, we're really, the customers are really like family. And so I'm really happy to be able to keep them. Yeah.
Yeah, that is really cool. And part of the model that you've embraced is about sustainability in your business, right? And sustainability for your consumers. And so when I kind of brought this up, you said that there's a lot of buzzwords and things going around and things that we need to talk about when it comes to sustainable fashion. What is kind of like that key thing that you're thinking about?
I mean, key things when we're all out shopping and looking for sustainability, the biggest thing in my mind is openness. Like, a brand should be able to be open to questions and willing to answer them. And a lot of what happens these days is because we know sustainability is such a big topic, is greenwashing. And it's basically the process of you make an impression or you give misleading information so that people believe, oh, this is a green company, when actually the sentence doesn't mean much, but it sounds good.
Oh, it is, right? There's so much. So I recently started purchasing for my local maternity boutique, and yes, going through and like vetting everything and like trying to figure out what's actually going on, like 90% of the time it's just all like pretty words on a page and not actually backed up by anything. But it takes so much time to do that research for me, even as the purchaser. It's like, wow, it's so easy to.
It is. I mean, it's a big red flag, though, if a brand is not forthright or won't answer a question. I mean, we don't always know the answer to every question. I certainly don't. As a teacher, I also didn't. But if I'm willing to figure out the answer to that, then that's a good sign. And there's brands out there that are like, no, yeah, I don't know, and basically I don't care. And so, I mean, nobody knows everything, but the willing to go out there as the brand and find out the answer to it is important. I mean, yeah.
And I think like not every process is completely sustainable either. And like, right, like looking at, I think we chatted about your wool sourcing process early on, and there was some parts of it that just weren't sustainable, and having some transparency in that is key to that.
Yeah, I mean, it's my responsibility as the seller of the clothes to learn as much as I can about every part of how my fabric is produced. So, I mean, I can guarantee that, for example, the clothing is made sustainably and I have an employee and she's paid sustainable wages. That part I can guarantee. Then the next part down the line is the mill. I work with one mill in Italy. They're the only mill I work with. And they're also family owned. So there I also have a good connection. Now, how the animals are treated is so far down the line, it's much harder to say, yes, I'm 100% certain. I mean, I could never say that, but I can do my best to buy the raw product with certifications, for example, GOTS certifications or Responsible Wool Standard certification. I mean, obviously I can't fly to, Australia or New Zealand and shop and see, but I can do my best to make sure it's certified.
Yeah, you can try to follow some of those processes. So looking at Humbird, though, now a lot of what you're doing is handmade to order. What is that? Why is that important to you? That slow fashion story. Why is it important to me as a consumer?
Part of having it handmade also greatly reduces the waste that the fast industry produces. For example, I don't buy a collection and resell a collection and hope that I can sell everything that I've purchased. Or at Humbird, here's somebody's coming by, so
someone's coming home from
so by Humbird, you, for example, you go on the website and you purchase the clothing and you can tailor it to fit your body, because part of what we want to do is make wool for everybody and clothe every person. So say you have certain needs, longer sleeves or longer inseam, or your legs are bigger than your hips, so you want to order hips one size and legs another size. That's what you can get from Humbird. And that's important because the better the clothes fit you, the more likely you are to keep them.
Yes. Well, I think what you first started about, so I'm purchasing from a maternity boutique. And sometimes we have to buy certain sizes. Brands will not let us not. But like for me to sell an extra small in my community, it's like pulling teeth. Women are not that size in my town. But trying to get double X's and 3X's that fit women in this town, so hard. So that's where slow fashion really fills that kind of gap and handmade to order, where we can kind of customize what we actually need to purchase when we actually need to purchase it, right? And go to you and be like, hey, this is what I need.
Right. The better you feel in an article of clothing, the more likely you are to wear it and the longer it's going to stay in your closet. I recently read that I think the average garment is worn 7 times before getting passed on. 7 times.
Really?
And that women, I read they wear only about 20 to 30% of their actual wardrobe. So if we think about that, how many clothes we're buying that we're not actually using because you buy them and you don't like the way it fits or it doesn't look that good. And
you bring it home and the light is different than the store, or your body has changed since the store or something. Okay, so that's like one of my things that as a plus size woman, scares me about slow fashion or about handmade to order, is my body is kind of always changing. And so I don't always feel comfortable making an investment in my body, because I've gone from a single X to a triple X in 3 years. I don't know if I'm going to lose weight again. I don't know if I'm going to gain weight again. What is kind of that conversation?
I mean, honestly, what I found through the thousands of pieces of clothing I wear is that the size doesn't really mean anything. You can see, because you see women and you think, oh my gosh, she's so much thinner than me. And I could tell you she wears an XXL or whatever. And I think it doesn't mean anything. Like, I personally know I can wear anything. I mean, I wear leggings in a size 16, which when I was 20, I would have said, oh my God, what? It's
I know I told somebody I was a triple X the other day and they were totally blown away because as a tall woman, I carry it differently. It's just that size fluctuation though through my life that worries me about spending money on clothes.
Well, I mean, there's a couple things about that. First, we really, if you are in the Facebook BST in Humbird, we are there to help with all your sizing. I mean, you don't even have to, if you're on the shyer side and you don't want to actually make a post with your measurements, people post in there all the time with their measurements and what size they're wearing. So you can see us all in different body shapes, in different sizes, and get an idea of how it will look for you. Also, I mean, also one of the big things about, yes, you're investing a lot of money, and what's this? No returns. Like, I'm getting a custom piece of clothing, and then if it doesn't fit me, I can't return it. I mean, that's why we spent a lot of time helping people figure out what size to wear. And the BST is really active in if reselling clothing. So when your body does change, you can resell it for a large portion of what you actually originally bought it for. And that's
I'm here on your website now and I see that you've got like this really good how to measure section. Like you spent a lot of time.
We spent a lot of time. There's also videos of me in my underwear on the BST showing people how to measure themselves and just letting it all out there, because learning how to measure yourself. And I often say you should measure yourself 3 or 4 times in different parts of the day and take the average. Because when you wake up, your body is one shape. And when you go to sleep, your body is another shape.
Yes. Yeah. Because I blow it up hard. I retain a lot of water by the end of the day, especially if I haven't been drinking water. And so, like, I'm wearing a romper today because I feel like that's going to be the kind of day today. And
it's totally normal for your measurements to vary. I mean, are you on your period that day? Is this, did I eat a lot of salt the night before? What did I work out? Is it morning or night? So you really want to measure yourself multiple times and then take an average of those measurements and know that it's normal not to always measure the same.
Yeah. Is that but looking at some of your selection on your website, a lot of these styles look like they adapt to that changing measurement throughout your lifestyle. Is that part of your philosophy here in creating products?
We try when we pick a new pattern or we're looking for patterns to incorporate, we really try to make it a basic pattern for a capsule wardrobe that both men and women, we also do not, the website is not divided by gender. It is adult and children's, because we also feel that everyone can wear everything.
Yes, your male models, though, they are looking great in these jersey tees. Yes. As I suddenly found I was like, oh yeah, we'll find some other models. Okay, so if I wanted to dip my toes into wool and sustainable fashion, where would you kind of recommend someone start that journey?
I mean,
can you just begin any day?
On Humbird, I would say join the BST and just watch the chatter that happens. And if you ever feel like joining in or you have questions, we're here. And if you also want to just personally message me your measurements, I can also help you pick sizing or let you know. I mean, I'm very open with my measurements and what I feel comfortable in. I also, I'm 45. Like, I have a little mom tummy and stuff. It's, it's the way it is. So,
yeah.
I mean, I know what.
Come join the Humbird Facebook group and see kind of what people are wearing and what might work for you. Okay. And this month is Earth Month, and so for the diapering moms who follow us, there is one promotion.
We still have 2 days left, but it's not just for the diapering. It's from children from newborn to 11, 12, and all adults. Everything's on sale. Tops. Yeah, everything from those 3 interlock colors is on sale.
the autumn leaf, the sedimentary, and the juniper. So a red, brown.
Yeah, the autumn leaf
color
is kind of, it's orange,
cool.
Reddish orange. Juniper is, juniper green. And sedimentary is actually a melange. So the yarn is actually dyed 5 different colors or 6 different colors, and then weaved. So it looks textured,
so
but it's actually not.
Yeah. Fluffaholics left a comment here a little while ago. I don't know if you're still here about sizing. She felt like sizing has changed a lot, that she has always been a medium, and the other day a medium felt way too small on her in the stores. I know. I feel like even like with working in a boutique, and it's so frustrating for me as a boutique owner, or not a boutique owner, but a purchaser, because the bodies that I see coming into work are not the bodies that I can purchase for. And so it's the fashion industry.
Yeah, I mean, I often get, even like for the adult leggings, because we offer such like, you can buy a hip size for your leggings, you can buy a thigh size, and you can buy the calf size, because we know everyone's legs are totally different. But the sizing, people say, but I'm a 10, and here I'm a 15 or whatever. And I said, yeah, it's not. I mean, I just assigned random numbers to it, because you have to order somehow. I mean,
I have to somehow put some sort of
it's really, I mean, they are really just numbers. But of course, we're ingrained to believe in these numbers, and I am too.
Yeah, and it's strange too, like raising kids right now, I find, because like you're so excited for them when like they go up to the next size, but I can remember like that point in life where like it becomes not exciting, and like trying to watch my conversations and how I coach my children, and that is kind of an interesting story.
No, it's true. I mean, to totally sidetrack, it's one of those things, when I became a mom, that I said I would never ever talk about size, or that I'm on a diet or something, or why do I work out. I only say it because it makes me happy and it makes me feel better. It's because they don't need more stress than
No, they do not. Exactly. Well, thank you, Dawn, for joining me for a quick morning or evening, afternoon conversation for you, and a morning for me, and sharing a little bit about what Humbird has been doing. And I'm super excited. I love your new website, and everything you've been doing is beautiful. So it's humbirdwool.com, and you guys can find Humbird by clicking on this link.
Thank you. Bye, Bailey. Have a nice day.
Nice to